Well, it looks like our plans have changed. My original intent was to keep the platform and keep all this in place, but looks like it's time to tear it down. We've been watching the area. It doesn't get any sunlight under here, and probably gonna have to move it because this is my low area where the drainage is really poor. So I'm gonna probably move that to a different area. So I have a lot of work to do, but at least I'm gonna get at least one, maybe two beds out of it. We got a new addition also to the yard. Got this one off of Facebook Marketplace, 25 bucks, look at it. It's really nice for 25 bucks. And also, let me put that back. Look what blew in. That blew in when it was windy. Just caught it blowing down the street yesterday. So I'm gonna put this to use. It'll go line the bottom of the garden beds. It's a lot of perfectly good cardboard. Look at that, and it's one piece as well. It got super windy yesterday. It was actually about 85 degrees, and then it dropped to 35 right now. It's a little bit chilly out here. It's hammer time. Look who's gracing us with his presence. Gilbert, need to put water in there for you, buddy. I think he's going to get some cat food. All right, I've removed the top piece and all of the bolts. So I have a couple of long pieces, 4, and then that little piece over there. I don't know if that's going to be any good. You can say that this garden was literally built on blood, sweat, and tears. Look at that. A little bit of blood. Took my jacket off over there, so that's your sweat. And while the tears are, you know, it's kind of sad moving from the kids getting older, just moving on to other phases in life. You know, it's a little bit sad. They're teenagers and things change over time, you know. But hopefully they're gonna eventually go off and do good things with their lives. Well, my phone died, and you can see what point I'm at right now. I took off the ladder over here. Oops, sorry. I took off the ladder over here. I took off the 2 support pieces which held the wall, the climbing wall, and then over here with the ladder, I was able to break a piece off, one of those pieces. I need to see if I can remove those. The screws are kind of hard to get to, so I'm going to do that and remove the screws from this platform. All right, the wood is officially off. Platform is gone. Next, I'm gonna take off these side pieces, and then I'll just have those giant pieces left. I think I can make a little planter out of these, kind of like I did with the one over here. I'll probably do that at some point. I think I have enough pieces, maybe, I don't know. All right, it's all torn down, except for these giant pieces. And man, that pile's looking pretty good. A lot of wood there. This is cedar right here, the planks, and then all that's redwood. Just like these big pillars are redwood too. The wood rotted through in some areas and you couldn't get to it. I guess it's a good thing I'm taking this apart, because when I shake this, it doesn't seem super stable, and this is pretty darn thin, so I don't know that this bed would have lasted very long. I'd say that was a haul. That's gonna make a nice big bed and a little extra, I think. Probably a planter. This is the only unusable stuff that I have. Right there you can see it's pretty much rotted through, but all this other stuff is pretty darn good. Oh, looks good to me, man. This kind of looks ridiculous now. Big spot where it used to be. Alright, I think I have a general layout. I'm just going to fill in the gap right there with the wood over there. Same thing with that spot. But this one is a decent height and length. It's going to roughly work out to 7.5 feet-ish by about a little over 4 feet and 11 inches. And this other bed, I kind of had to use this giant thick piece, and then a thinner one, I'll probably push that in a little bit or push it out kind of like that. This one's going to work out too. It's about 9 inches in height by about a little over 5 feet. By 5 feet. Looks a little more durable than the one that I was going to have in the middle of the yard where it gets all wet all the time and looks like the bottom wood was falling apart. So I think this should be a better option. It's not perfect, but the wood's been cut and now we just have to screw it all together. Alright, the first 2 layers are done. Oh, heavy. Can't do it with one hand. But I'm almost out of deck screws, so I need a solution to that. So I found these. These have the weird security top. I forgot what it's called. Hex something. Anyway, it's a multi-hex, double hex, triple hex, something like that. I found those, so maybe these will work. Alright, this one's done. I think we're going to use it for blackberry bushes. I think we should be able to get a couple in. Some on the edge there, 6 maybe? I don't know, I'm going to have to check measurements online. Alright, there's not a lot of cutting to this one. I just have to cut one thing. It's 142 inches, so I'm just going to cut it in half. Don't ever recommend using this double hex or whatever it's called. They like strip super easy, and I have the right tool. It's exactly the right one. So I'm just gonna have to flip this bed over and hide it over there. It's sunset and I'm ready for dinner. I attached this. It's loose though, you can see. I have to screw that down. I need some longer screws. I ran out, so I will do that tomorrow. So if you measure from the inside, this one's a little under 70 inches by about 60-ish inches, and it's a little under 10 inches. This one over here, is a little over 10 inches by, it's about, wow, 4 inches thick over there, so 51-ish inches. By about 88 inches. I'd say overall I'm pretty happy. Tomorrow I'm also going to get more soil and I'm going to fill these up. 1, 2, 3, 4 beds. So I think this will be probably at least 1.5 yards. So alright, this was a good build.